Am I the a-hole for telling my father, 52M, that I no longer wanted to be part of the family? I'm posting this from a throwaway account because I honestly can't risk anyone in my family seeing this. I've held everything in for so long, and now it just feels like it's either speak or explode. I, 21F, recently told my dad that I didn't want to be part of our family anymore. Not in a teen rebellion kind of way, but in a I'm emotionally suffocating and slowly breaking down kind of way. Now he says I'm being heartless, that blood is blood, and I can't stop questioning myself. Let me explain. Ever since I can remember, my relationship with my mother, 48F, has been tense.
At best.
At worst, emotionally volatile, unpredictable, and deeply damaging. For the longest time, I tried to chalk it up to her just being strict or having high expectations, but as I've grown older, I've realized it was more than that. Much more. When I was really young, things were actually okay. She'd let me pick my own hobbies, art classes, swimming lessons, after-school activities I genuinely loved. I used to look forward to them. I felt like a real kid. I was happy. Then, around the age of 8 or 9, everything shifted. One day, she pulled me out of all my extracurriculars without so much as a discussion. Instead, she enrolled me in an intense, hyper-competitive weekend science program. It met every Saturday, and it was full of gifted kids and pressure and grades and expectations. From that point on, my childhood wasn't mine anymore. Friday nights became war zones. She'd come home from work, immediately grab my homework, and comb through every word like a detective looking for a criminal confession. If I had left even one question blank, usually because I didn't understand it, she'd fly into a rage. Not frustration, not disappointment.
Rage.
She would scream, throw things. Once, she shattered a plate. Other times, she would call me stupid, lazy, or ungrateful. If it was a bad enough night, I'd go to bed without dinner.
Every
single
time.
After her outbursts, she'd enter this eerie cold silence, ignoring me completely for anywhere between 3 to 10 days. Then she'd start talking to me again like nothing happened. No apology, no acknowledgement, just a reset. A cycle. Things didn't get better. We moved, and she pushed me into an even more demanding academic program, French immersion, plus the equivalent of AP courses in our country. I pushed through. I studied. I got good grades. I never caused trouble. I did everything she wanted. By the time I graduated high school, I had an average of 96% over 4 years. But even that wasn't enough. I missed 3 days of school in my final year with a doctor's note, and one of my teachers sent a routine email to my parents. That was enough to trigger another explosion. They ruined my graduation. No celebration. No congratulations. Just lectures about how I was slacking and taking my future for granted. Now I'm 21. I'm still living at home, not by choice, but because I live in a ridiculously high cost of living city and moving out is basically financially impossible right now. And life at home? It's not life. It's survival. I cook most of the meals, around 60%, do all the laundry, clean the house, and drive my mom anywhere she needs to go because yes, she has a license, but refuses to drive. I juggle this while attending school, working part-time, and volunteering. I am exhausted. Every day I come home, and I have to mentally brace myself at the front door. My body has started reacting before I even walk in. Panic attacks, tight chest, short breath, sometimes nausea. Every 2 to 4 weeks, it's the same thing. Something explodes. I get blamed for something, big or small, real or made up. It doesn't matter. Something always comes up. Dishes not washed properly. Groceries not put away fast enough. She'll scream, sulk, throw guilt, make me feel like the worst person alive, and then a few days later, pretend none of it happened. And my dad? He stands there, quiet, neutral, supportive of no one. So finally, a few weeks ago, when he asked me why I'd been so withdrawn, why I seemed distant and cold, I broke. I told him the truth. I said I couldn't do this anymore. That I've been emotionally battered for so long that I don't even know who I am around them anymore. That my mom has never apologized for her actions. That every time I've tried to explain how she's hurt me, she's dismissed me and told me it was for my own good. I told him that his neutrality is just another form of betrayal. That standing by while she berates me isn't keeping the peace, it's choosing her over me. I told him I didn't want to be part of this family anymore. That I wanted to be free. He looked stunned, hurt even. And then he told me I was wrong. That family is family. That blood always comes first. But why does blood only bind when it's convenient for them? Why am I expected to tolerate years of mistreatment, emotional manipulation, and gaslighting just because I was born to these people? Now I feel like crap. Like, I'm the villain. I lie awake thinking, maybe I really am ungrateful. Maybe I'm just being dramatic. Maybe I'm the one failing here. But then there's this other part of me, the one that's fought for every inch of mental stability, that says, you've done more than enough. You have nothing to prove. You are not broken because of them. You are healing in spite of them. But still, the guilt creeps in. I feel like a terrible daughter. And yet, I know deep down that no matter how perfect I try to be, I will always be a disappointment in my mother's eyes. And my dad will always be too passive to protect me from it. So, am I the whole for telling my dad I no longer want to be part of this family? Was it too far? Was it cruel? Or was it just honest? TLDR, my mother has emotionally manipulated and mistreated me since childhood. My father refuses to stand up for me. I told him I'm done and don't want to be part of the family anymore. Now I feel horrible. Am I the whole?